That's how we coming in, eh? Okay.
What was that challenge you were talking about? I never heard of that.
It's called
before.
Busted Challenge.
Busted. What's a busted challenge?
Busted Challenge, yo. So basically, I'm trying to remember the song. I can't remember the song right now, but girls start dancing. They looking like, just like they would at the house, just sort of chilling, hair tied. They might have the bonnet on. And then the busted comes on and they just drop it low.
Oh,
Good
never
for them.
This sounds challenging. All this stuff sounds like hard as fuck. Like
Mad
whenever
knees.
I see, Lorena, have you seen the girls do the crybaby one? That one's crazy.
Oh, listen, don't get me started with the whole challenging things. It's like every time that someone started like one of those like trendy things, and then it comes like all these goofy ass videos and like all these people like repeating or doing like their own. Actually, yesterday I did the whole like hugger shed, from Megan.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I did my own one, like with the tattooing, kind of. So I would try to, okay, I can tell right now I'm doing some hunger shit, And then I did the whole like tattooing. So I was like, it can be applied to so many different things.
Fun.
So I quite sure people have fun with it. Yeah.
I just love when I'm listening to a song and I've never heard the song, but then I've heard the clip that they use in the viral challenge, like this song. So I was like, oh, I remember this song when I first heard the album, and I listened to it. I'm like, oh, it's this song.
How people get a challenge out of it kills me though. It's like, how do they think of these concepts? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we'll get into that as well.
You can even think about like a little dancer like
and you can do
yeah,
like
and
all
that's
simple
it.
shit.
That's it. Man,
That's it. Well, and you get a bunch of, especially like young people, with the whole, TikTok and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that's where it all goes.
It's too much. It's too much.
But we'll talk about that and a bunch of other things today.
Man them. It's not with a hype thing. A war.
Wagwan Gavi.
The world
yes.
speaking.
What's good? Happy New Year, y'all. Happy to be back.
Happy New Year, yeah.
Happy New Year. Yes.
And of course, it's me, Shop Like Shaq.
Shop like Shaq. You waste you.
And we have a special guest, friend of the pod, and we've had conversations about getting her on it since, I believe, September 2020. But we said new year, new us. We're going to start fresh with something with a great guest. Let's artist, tattoo artist. I guess my family's tattoo artist, you can almost say.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the fam.
My future tattoo artist.
I love it.
Yes, I hope so. Oh my God, yes.
And we have Lorena of Indigo Art Tattoos. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome.
Thanks for being here. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. Honestly, I was so excited when the idea came along, and I was like, oh my God, yes. We got to do it. I think this is just going to be like hilarious and
for sure.
super fun to do.
Yeah, I love it. You're inspiring me now. Like looking at you, I'm like, I need more tattoos. So I'm excited to talk about
honestly,
that.
I know. And you know what? Like I know some people that they're like, oh yeah, you do the tattoos. You probably convince everybody to get a tattoo. I'm like, not really. If you want to get the tattoo, you get the tattoo. If you don't want to get the tattoo, don't get the tattoo. I'm not gonna make you be like, get the tattoo.
Do you want to tell?
But I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure that when the time comes, and then when if you're ready, I'm here for you.
I love it. I know where to go.
Yeah, this guy.
Yes.
So tell Lorena the situation and the story about your one tattoo.
All right. So this guy likes to make fun of me, but let me break down the story.
Of the Toronto of the Orlando Magic made fun of you.
Okay, listen. You ever had like a moment in your life happen to you and you just want to capture it somehow? You want to make sure you have this moment forever, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the Raptors 2019, they win the championship. I'm super excited. I spent too much money on merchandise. My boys hit me like it's bad. My credit card bill for that month was bad. So my boys hit me up and they're like, "Oh, yo, there's a place doing specials on Raptors tattoos right now." Yes. None of us, like 2 out of the 3 of us, never had a tattoo. So I'm like, you know what? Now's the time. Let's do it. So we go downtown. I won't name the place because it's actually out of business now. But we go downtown to the shop and they had like specials. So it was like $75 for like a small tattoo, whatever. Like perfect. That's all I need. So I get the tattoo, customize it a little bit. Got to freak it, got to tweak it a little bit.
Come on now.
Fine. I'll give Shaq his flowers. He helped a little bit with what to like get. So I get the tattoo. Hold on, let me put the mic down for a second and show you what I got, because I think this is dope for someone who never had a tattoo before. I think this is pretty
mad
dope.
that I didn't just do it myself.
Right?
Or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Hold on.
Oh my God.
All right. So I did the bicep, and I got this.
Okay.
See that?
So it's a Toronto Raptor.
It's a Toronto Raptor.
Is that Toronto Raptor? Like,
But he's holding,
like the actual Raptor.
He's holding the championship trophy, the Larry O'Brien.
it's holding,
yeah. Right? On the bicep, I was like, you know what? It's the first tattoo I've ever gotten. Let me try it.
So this is your first tattoo?
Ever. Of life.
Yeah.
Why are you dying now?
I love it.
Okay, good. Because, here's the thing, though. My boys told me it's a cereal box tattoo. I was like, come on, man. Come on. How you going to do me how you going to play me like that? Like, we just won a championship, and they come and tell me I got a cereal box tattoo.
You know what it is? I think it's because it's by itself.
I also remember you legit went in. I know, like, it is part of the deal. I did it too. Like, I remember it was insane when they went.
Yeah.
And the hype was real. Everybody was getting like either, merchandise, or they were getting tattoos, and it was just crazy. I remember I did it myself. Like on that week, I did few like Raptor tattoos. Like it was insane. It was insane. It was crazy. So a lot of people got like the claw with the ball, A lot of people got, like the actually like T-Rex with the ball, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a whole kind of combination. But obviously, because you got a flash tattoo. So I'm not saying that you just walk in and you say, okay, I want the T-Rex 49, number 49.
Like when you go to a barbershop, you get that haircut off the chart.
You get that haircut, right? But that was the situation. So I know you were just excited and you got the tattoo. I know it's meaningful to you, obviously. Nobody's taking that away from you. Nobody's taking that away from you. Obviously, you just live in the moment. You're like, YOLO.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
But I know. It seemed like if you had something else, or if you were thinking in the future doing adding something around it, like obviously, then it would look probably more elaborated.
Fair.
The cereal box tattoo, it comes because it's a flash. So it feels like it's just like, boop, it's right there. It's
that's
like
it.
Like
right.
Figure, and that's it. There's nothing else around. But I know. I feel you. I think it's cute.
I'm a grown man. I don't want to be cute. So no, I appreciate it though. I appreciate it.
That's something that happens a lot. Like when I do the tattoos, it happens with the years that I realize that there is a language for men and then there's a language for women. If I tell a girl, oh my God, this is so cute, it's gonna look like amazing, it works for the ladies. Yeah. But when if I say something like that to a man, he's like, I don't want to be cute.
I'm not trying to look cute.
I ain't trying to be cute. I ain't trying to be cute.
It's trying to look hard.
Okay.
There you go.
Exactly. So usually I'm like, oh, it's gonna look rad, like,
The next tattoo I get when I come see you, we'll make that one. Yeah.
Exactly. We can do. I mean, you have a lot of space, man. Like there's a lot of cameras there, so
you have a lot of space.
It's fine.
I got a lot of space. I like it. Thank you.
My first one was I think I was 18. I was in high school, and I had been doing my research, going to consultations, trying to figure out. And I think the first one, it's really important to you. Like you're like, okay, it's got to be perfect. It's got to look like this.
Yeah,
it's got to.
You're paranoid about it. That's the word, paranoid.
Yeah. And then I just remember when I sat down and I ended up getting this tribal lion on my arm here.
Okay.
And I just remember the moment that he put a little bit of ink on there, and it's the same situation with every tattoo I get. Right. It's like as soon as the ink is on there, I'm like, oh shit, now I got to commit to it. It hurts, but I'm going to commit to it.
You're like, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this to myself for the love of Jesus?
I think I know. My vanity is the only reason why I push through.
I also think about it. It's a pain. Like it's a pain that you can tolerate for say. It's not as awful. But the result is what you're thinking. I always think about it. You know what? Even with my own, everything now is looking like a big one tattoo. Like I'm a cover, Yeah. But I always think about the result. Like the result is gonna look gorgeous. So I'm like, I don't think about it. I kind of detach, from that idea. From this hurts so bad. I I'm a nervous laugh person. So when I'm in pain, I laugh. I know it's ridiculous. I know it makes absolutely no sense. But for some reason, it's just come along this like nervous laugh. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so bad. It's hurting so bad.
So what is your first tattoo story?
So like on me or on someone else?
On you.
Of you.
Okay, on me. This is not something. Okay, let's
Cheers,
just take
guys.
a moment here. Children's, children's out there. Children's of the corn. don't do anything like this, please. Whoever is listening, I do not recommend it.
Okay.
My first tattoo was when I was 14, and I was in a house party.
Oh wow.
And I was one of those like cool popular girls. And at that point in time, it seemed like a good idea.
This is back in Cuba?
Oh, my friend. Yeah, this is in Havana.
Oh wow. Okay.
It seemed like a good idea. Lying down on my friend's kitchen table and let this other chick jab a little tattoo on behind my ear with a homemade machine.
Oh
Believe me,
my
don't
gosh.
try this at home.
Oh my
Don't try
gosh.
this at home. Don't try this at home.
Why were you so fearless?
Yeah. I mean, 14.
Were you drunk?
I'm like a little.
Like yeah, a little. There you go.
At this point, I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't.
Liquid courage.
So honestly, it was at that point that I was like, oh yeah, let's get a tattoo. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Yeah. And, and I was just, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm that girl.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I'm getting this tattoo, this tiny tattoo, but back then it felt like like I was the coolest girl in school.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was like, "Oh my God, Lorena got a tattoo." It was the hype was real. So at the
That's a
next day, I was
story.
like, "Oh my God, yeah. I know." But I didn't go. It was so traumatizing that
took you
the
how long?
experience and the pain that I didn't got a tattoo. I didn't got a tattoo back until I was actually doing my apprenticeship for tattooing. So after that tattoo,
Wow.
I didn't got nothing else.
And how old were you at that
I was
point?
already here in Canada. I was like 20, when that happened.
Wow.
So I was like, by the time I was like 19, 20, I was doing my apprenticeship. I was like, you know what? Like I'm gonna be in this industry. This is happening anyways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my official first.
Yeah.
Proper tattoo. Damn.
So a proper tattoo, like done professionally. So I got tattoo of my dad. It was a memorial tattoo of my dad on my foot. So I was like, okay, this is proper. You're wiser. It's meaningful. It has a meaning for me. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And I got it done. And, from there, look at this. Like,
So, how does it switch up though? Because I know for me, it's like enough time passes, and I think like I get the itch after like maybe a year, and I'm like,
that's true.
I think time is just what does it for me.
I do have few clients that we have. It kind of becomes like our tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So. Like once in the year, like every year, once a year, they come see me. But I have few clients, and when I tell few clients, I'm like over like 15, 20 people that once a year, they like without, no matter what, like they will come and get their tattoo done. They will come see me and get tattooing. And I have other people that they come see me every month.
Oh my gosh.
I have people come see me every like 2 weeks. I have people that they get one tattoo and then I don't see their faces after, and then it'll be like 5 years and then they message me and they're like, remember me?
Yeah, that'd be me.
Remember
that would be you.
Yeah.
So, it can be all kinds of scenarios, but they always miss me and they always come back.
Yeah, I think honestly, like, because you've done two of my family members, and I think it started with my mom, and you did my mom's whole arm sleeve, I believe, right?
Right, that's
and
correct.
Then,
yes.
So like we see that, and then my brother, by the time he's like, okay, I haven't got tattooed in like 6 years, and he needs to redo some of his stuff.
That is very
blah.
true too. When you're in a household or when you're surrounded by people and people around you, they also tattoo collectors or they get tattoos done. Yeah. Believe me, it's gonna come down to a point that you're like, where is my tattoo?
Oh, I got my hand done, and then 2 weeks later, my brother got his hand done.
I know. Yeah. They actually messaged me, I'm ready. I was like, okay.
You know what I'll say too, and I could tell, and this is the first time we're meeting, but your personality, like the guy who did my tattoo, even though it's a flash tattoo, it is what it is, but
that's big.
Right.
It made me feel really comfortable, and we joked, we had conversation. For me, that really helps. So I could see like people being really like into your personality, liking you as like, you know, an actual human, a person, and building that sort of relationship with, and like, because I think that plays a part into it too. It's like if I go to a barber shop or whatever, I want my barber to be like my boy. You know what I mean? I want my tattoo artist to be like a friend. You know,
it better be you know somewhat of a vibe.
Yeah, you want a vibe. So I can see why people come back to you.
Yeah, but think about it. You are not paying. I said to people all the time, I'm from the beginning of my career, I figured this out like sooner than later, you know. You come to get a tattoo, sure. You pay the money, sure. But you're not just paying for the tattoo, you're paying also for the experience.
Yeah.
It's an experience. So I don't want to be that person. I absolutely, I don't want to be that person that got a tattoo and then you don't even remember the name of the tattoo artist. You don't even know. True. You're like, oh, I got this done in like Queen Street West, but you don't know who did it. You don't recall.
It was at the shop. You remember the shop, but you don't remember the artist. Yeah.
You don't know. So sometimes, you know, it happens often that from the beginning, I realized, I'm like, you know what, having a bubbly personality or understanding what's going on too, because you need to be somehow like empathetic with the client, because, you know, the client is in pain. You have to deal with that. You have to deal with the demands of the client. Like you have to be like, you know, meet them in the middle and be like, okay, you cannot do this. This is gonna look awful on you.
Yeah, exactly.
So you gotta make decisions. So, but I do it in a way that I make them understand that whatever I'm doing is for their own well-being, like for the result to be beautiful. So they're happy and they go home happy with this tattoo and they're proud, like you have, you know, of the ink. So I don't want to, you know, and I tell people can be very stubborn and they tell, oh, I want this and this, and, you know, I said, listen, you know, I'm here for you. Yeah. You know? I want the best out of this. Like, I know it's my artwork, but it's on you forever. Like, you're going to be walking. So I don't want us to, you know, I don't want it to do something and then you say, oh, Lorena, I should have listened to you, you know. Yeah, you were right. You know, I don't want those moments. And also, like, the person to trust me subconsciously, I don't even know if people realize this or not. Obviously, you know, maybe right away you don't think about it, but you absolutely from the beginning trust this person because you have to. You are giving me your skin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To tattoo something, do something permanent on your skin. Yeah. So that relationship right there, it's you know, it's a silent contract.
Yeah, no, literally.
Aside from the waiver that you signed before, anyways.
You sign your life away.
Exactly, and then you're trusting me to do this on you. Yeah. So I mean, I'm hurting you, but I'm also like I'm doing something beautiful. There's no other way to do it. Trust me, believe me. If I had another way to do it without pain, I will.
So I guess out of just having you here and being a tattoo artist, I want to ask a couple questions that I think some people might find interesting and relevant to them when they're talking to tattoo artists and trying to figure out if so like the process wise, sometimes people will show up and be like, this is exactly what I want. Sometimes they'll be like, I want something like this. Or sometimes they'll say, I have this idea and it's just, what do you want to do? What do you prefer? Yeah. And do you hate any of those? Where it's like, because I sometimes think that some tattoo artists will just not at all want to work. Like, say if I said I want this exactly, they'll say, no, I'm not doing them. I'm not doing that. You're going to have to let me draw it and whatever. So how do you feel about all that?
Right. I think, honestly, it depends on each artist. We are all our little, you know, la la land where like every artist has, you know, has their own view and their own taking on things, I guess, like their own point of view and how they want to do things, you know, and the tools that they want to use it and how they want to do it. So that being said, I am a very flexible person. So when I'm very easygoing because I know it happens that sometimes the person come in and then what you said, they bring me an image and they're like, I want this. But obviously, sometimes they bring me an image on another tattoo artist because, you know, there is like Pinterest, Google, whatever, all these images. So I said, well, I cannot repeat the same artwork that, you know, is walking out there on someone else's body, you know. So we could do this. I mean, if you want this, I don't know, for example, like a lion and roses, you know, if you want a lion and you want roses, I could do it, but I would do my own. We will do our own. So
would you choose your own lion, or would you take the lion that they bring you?
You have to do your own. Exactly. Sometimes people want things because obviously social media and Pinterest and, you know, they make it look so beautiful and perfect and this and that. But in real life situations, you know, it's not going to be like that. So that's not how stuff works. So I tell them, okay, so you're watching a lot of TV. This can be done or this cannot be done, you know. And I have to think about the result, like how does it look right now and how it's gonna look 10 years from now. It's not just the moment. No.
So is that something that you think about? Is that something you think about as an artist when you're putting it together?
I think about it because how is it gonna age?
That's big. Yeah,
that's big.
Hello, you know, and I'm like, how is this gonna look 10 years from now? I don't want people on the street to be walking and be like, oh, girl, ooh, like that. But after 5 years, I'm like, shit. I'm like, what did Lorena did to you? I don't want that to happen.
No.
So I always have to think about facts that people don't think about, and I have to think about it because, you know, you're just coming here, you trusted me with this. So if I'm the person responsible for this project, like I'm like, no, like we gotta do this. And I explain why. I think there's a lot of tattoo artists that they would tell you, oh no, you can't get that done.
Just straight
like,
no. Yeah.
Just straight no explanation.
I don't do this.
No explanation, no nothing.
You
have to inform people. I know maybe sounds like really silly, but I treat them like children. So I'm like, okay. So I say,
well, you're educating people, so
exactly. It's like no question there's no such a thing as a silly question. You know, there is all kinds of questions, and you don't know. You don't know. Like maybe you don't know anything about tattoo industry or tattoo culture whatsoever. So you gotta ask this question.
Yeah.
I say myself in situations that the ladies or the guys, you know, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry to ask you this. I know this is probably stupid. And it, you know, I was like, no, it's not. Like, it's not. You need to know because this is gonna be on you.
Yeah.
So
forever.
sometimes it happens, you know. Obviously, I know that maybe some tattoo artists, like some artists in general, they get annoyed. There's a process, like a creative process on doing a tattoo piece, especially if it's your personal artwork or your personal design. And obviously, you want to have all the control. You want to have all the freedom. You know.
Right.
You want to have all the freedom, but you need to think about you got all the freedom, but this is gonna go on someone else. Like this is not a canvas. This is not a piece of paper. This is not. This is a person. So you gotta work together. You know, people skills.
I was just gonna say because I think that's a big part of it too. Because as someone going in for a tattoo, you have to remember that you're dealing with an artist. Like art is very subjective to people. It's very personal to people. Yeah. And you know, an artist is gonna want control over how their art looks, right? So it's a little bit of give and take, like you said. Like you know, as a person freedom. Going in, you gotta give the artist some freedom. You can't control creative people.
You gotta make them feel like they can do whatever. Like
there's
one of my
also. Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of my artists, like the one that does like all my sleeve for my Marvel sleeve that I'm doing, or my comic book sleeve. I will show up to the session not knowing what I'm gonna get. I'll say, okay, listen, I want Spider-Man and I want Venom. I don't know how it's gonna work. And then we'll sit there and he'll work it on his iPad. He shows me on like he'll take a picture of my arm, and then like do a mock-up on my forearm.
Design,
and like that process, yes, I'm paying for the 8-hour session. But it's give and take because like it eats into the 8-hour session.
And we're not talking about rainbow coins here.
Yeah, exactly. It's not cheap.
We're not talking about like I'm quite aware. Like I'm quite aware that a lot of people is like, well, you know what? Like it's like $2K, you know, or like $3K. You know what I mean? We're not talking about like pennies. We're talking about money, like real money here.
A whole sleeve can cost somebody like $2K on the low end, probably.
Exactly. So my most good consideration and respect to my clients, because you know what? Like I tell all the time, I'm that person like to practice like being grateful every day, or like think about how grateful you are, like things that you are grateful for, and that and some people take it for granted. And I'm like, Oh no, like sis, you gotta you gotta be grateful for these things. Like in my scenario, I am getting paid to do whatever the fuck I want, like my passion of people.
Right.
And it's amazing. So I'm every day, you know what? Like, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for being, for being there, for seeing me, for liking my work, for sharing it, for coming to visit me, for saying hello to me. Sometimes not even related to tattoos. People send me all kinds of DMs. Where did you get your glasses? Where did you get these? You're so gorgeous. They send me all kinds of them. I love it. I love it because it shows me that really, like, people are watching. People just watching what you're doing, and they see the improvement. They see the quality. They are aware of it. And when the time comes, they're gonna come see you. For what you do. You can look like, also you can look really pretty, but I'm like, whatever. It's like, at the end of the day, your quality of work, the quality of what you do is what it matters.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
So I think
that's what it is.
Before we go into like a entrepreneurial conversation, because I think that's where there's a lot to discuss there. Because we're doing our own thing too. So like, hey, when it comes to we had a conversation when I met you in the driveway, and we were talking about how.
It was cold as hell, man.
It was cold as hell, yes.
It was cold as hell.
And you were talking about how there was somebody that wanted to see you, and they were black, and they were trying to get a tattoo done by you, but then they ended up going with somebody else just because. Yeah. I think I can't remember the whole scenario. I'd rather you explain the whole scenario.
Yeah. So this happened actually not long ago, and I know in this point in time, what's happening out there, besides the whole pandemic, all this new life that we are embracing, all these new things are happening, and all these new models of operandi that we're having to even live normal life. Like, it's not even normal anymore.
It's crazy, yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy out there. So when it comes to that, and then you add all this big movement of the Black Lives Matters and racism and all these things that have been happening out there. So for years and years and years, even before this whole wave of power, all this wave of, all this empowerment and all these things are happening that I think is amazing. I think it's great, to be honest, because it happened that it's been pretty, can I say fucked up?
Absolutely. You can swear, do whatever, say whatever you want.
Go for it. It's been pretty fucked up in the past. So when it comes to that, I think it's amazing. And also, remember, I'm Cuban. I come from an island. It's mixed. We have, we have black grandparents. We come also from slavery. We come also from. So disregard the whole new thing, because remember, I was not born and raised in Canada. I came here when I was already for university.
Right. Yeah.
So when I came to Canada, I then started to learn and to see this whole Western culture, especially the States. And the racism and all these things are happening over here. So and I know all the hurting, all the anger, and from the Black community, and all the stuff that have been happening to people out there. So when it comes to that, and it comes to myself personally, I've been tattooing brown skin, black skin, mixed skin, Caribbean, Mediterranean, all kinds of skin.
Which is a big reason why my mom went to you.
Exactly, since the very beginning. So when this whole movement started, there were some highlights, and then some other I got some heat too. I got some heat,
really,
because and it was very unexpected, to be honest, but at the same time it was oh shit, this is happening. I cannot believe this.
What were they saying?
For me.
Yeah, what were people saying?
Because that I don't look for example, when it comes to tattooing darker skin, black skin, obviously I've been doing this. First of all, I sit back. I know this is gonna sound a little crazy. I don't know. But I can totally 100% sit back and let my work speak for itself. Right. I don't need to, at this point in time in my career, I don't need to prove anything to anybody, because I've done my work, my homework. Right. I've done my research. I have experience. And I've been doing this successfully. So, in that being said, I don't give a shit about if you are black, brown. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. You will come to see me. You will present your project. I will treat you just with the same love, with the same passion, with the same, I will give you a beautiful tattoo. I will send you home happy. That's, that's my service. That's my business, my brand, So that's what I care about. So when all these things started, I got hit because, for example, I tattoo like influencers, YouTubers, like people, clients, all kinds of different clients that they have probably more exposure than others. You know, when you have a platform,
they have a platform,
you have exposure.
Sure.
Exactly. People see you, and I remember this case of this girl that she's like Jamaican, and came to see me. Obviously, beautiful girl. Like we did this tattoo. I put some color also, like on darker complexion, and it looks amazing. Like the tattoo looks beautiful. And she got some heat, and then the heat kind of like
really
fire at me because they were telling her why she didn't choose a black tattoo artist to do her tattoo, like what she was not keeping the money in the black community, and I look like a white lady.
I mean, to be fair, you don't really look like a white
you don't
lady.
look, yeah,
Right? Like,
no.
I get what you're saying.
I think that's kind of ignorant, yeah.
So I was like, okay, so what are you talking about? Like, my first thought was like, what is this? And then I realized, I was like, okay, no, this is just wrong. They were people send me messages. Oh, you're taking the black artists' work away from them, and da. I'm like, you better show me some receipts.
Right.
If you're gonna come for me, you better show me some real receipts, because if you go on my gallery, or if you even know my work, or if you know my
This
career,
is what you've been doing.
or if you even
This
know,
is what you do.
you have no idea what you're talking, like who are you talking to, first of all, and what are you talking about? Like,
Right.
first of all. Second of all, the whole thing about that I look like a white lady. I don't look like ethnic enough. Like, I don't look maybe like mixed enough. I'm like, what are you saying?
So were these people? Were these people like the followers of the influencer, or were they just people that followed you? Like,
there was just, because remember, I was post signs that happened with the YouTuber, and then some other people. I was post in pages that support Black-owned businesses. My work was shared in so many pages. Like,
I see.
I think
okay.
I think
okay. Where it was shared, they thought it was.
Yeah, I know,
okay.
exactly. I remember my work being shared in other pages, like the whole Melanina Popping Ink pages and all that stuff, right? So people were angry at the fact that I am not a Black artist, but I tattoo like Black people or like brown people,
Right.
And this whole thing, right? And they were trying to make it look like I'm like, who am I to do this?
Wow.
I was like, no. I was like, I can't. I'm sorry. Like, this is not happening, because I've been doing my work. This is my passion. This is what I do.
I think that was
this
just it has to be a sensitive time. I think I would blame the time being such a very hypersensitive time, and especially because your work seems to have been shared in places where if you were intentionally doing that, it would be kind of like a little bit of a different scenario.
I'm not even doing. And the funny part is that I am not sharing this myself. Like, I am not voting for myself and be like, hey, this is my work, share me. No, this is clients of mine that submit my work to these pages. It's not even me. Yeah. So, and you know what? I respect that, and so much love for these people that actually share my work. And you're like, you know what? Like, this lady right here, do this. She can do this. She will tell you no. Also, I have plenty of stories that I can tell you of either Black girls or Black men or brown girls that come to see me, and they're like, you know how many times I went to a tattoo shop and they say no. You know how many times I went to a tattoo shop and they say, no, you can't do that. You can't get that tattoo because you're dark, or you cannot get that tattoo because you're Black. Wow. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
No, I've had a lot of people.
That
is. Like, even my artists see. They'll see you. Yeah. Even my one of my artists that did my hand, it was a big deal for him to be like, because he kept on saying like, I don't know, man, like it'll fade, the color is just gonna go away, blah blah blah. And I'm like, listen, just go. Like, I believe that it'll stay. And after it was done, he's just like,
do it.
He's like, I don't know, man. Like, this looks amazing. I don't know how this happened.
That's crazy. You know what I will say though, like, I can't speak from the tattoo perspective, but I think definitely because of what's happened in the summer of 2020 and just the whole year, I've been more cautious to try to keep my money within the Black community. And not to say that I'm not going to support others, because definitely I will, but my first instinct is to try to support those in my community. But if I have a hard time finding someone that could do it, I'm not going to feel ways by going to someone that, you know, is white or is Latina or Latino or something. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's besides the point, right? Like, obviously, I think that's just maybe I'm just being ignorant, but I think we try to support our culture. We try to support our people, regardless of who you are, where you come from. You're going to want to support your own, but there's nothing wrong with going outside of your cultural group to support someone else's business
and
to get quality work.
Like small businesses in general are suffering too.
Struggling.
It's not like it's just the black small businesses, and especially if people are just going to you because you do really good quality work on black skin and you talk about it and you're confident enough to say that. Like, I know so many tattoo artists that are just hesitant. They'll take the safe approach and they'll be like, I don't know, I can't do it.
They won't talk about it. Yeah.
Listen, I have colleagues that they see someone darker or some crap or something that some project that they don't want to do or whatever. Legit, they're like, oh yeah, call Lorena.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
So like, go see this lady. Go see the Cuban lady. I'm like, go see the Cuban lady. Like, what are you doing here? I'm that serious.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, it's really funny what you just mentioned because, for example, I had a client not long ago. We were talking back and forth about consultation, this and that. You know, the project, what it was. She's also Jamaican. I have a voice. Oh my God!
Hey, bomb.
I knew you would do this. I knew you would do this.
It's that setup. I love it. Through the alley.
So I remember this lady, she decided on the project. She's supposed to be coming to see me. Then she was hesitating because she said, I don't know if maybe the anxiety kind of hit her, and then she was like, I don't know if it's, if I should do this because she had like darker skin. And then I was doing a color piece as well. And I was doing like one of those like Dr. Bird tattoos. And I was,
I have one of those on me too, actually, I think.
That was just, I know. I love those birds. They're so cute. When finally she came to see me, she's like, you know what, Lorena, I feel not like a fool, but I feel I feel kind of like I didn't know why like I did this because I went to see she said, I'm not gonna lie to you, I went to see someone else. I went to see this black tattoo artist, and I thought that being there and going to see her and going to see this artist, I will feel that I belong, that I feel like it was one of my people.
Yeah.
Like that I was, and she said straight up, like, I got nothing.
Wow.
She, like, this artist, like, didn't treat me. I was not, there was no connection. There was no.
Yeah, I remember that. That's what you told me. I remember that.
And and she walked away. She walked away. She didn't got the tattoo. Walk away. Called me, and she's like, I'm coming to see you. She came to see me during the, after like a few weeks down the road. Yeah. We set the appointment. She came to see me after the tattoo was done, after everything was done. We had all kinds of conversation. We have spiritual conversation. I talk about all kinds of stuff.
Love it.
I talk about lover boys. I talk about all that.
We gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
So after the tattoo was done, she said to me, I cannot believe that I was just so foolish. That I don't, like I thought I had this idea and it was just a mirage, like it was just wrong. And then I came to see you and I felt that I belong here, that you did this stuff, you did this beautiful tattoo and we had all this kind of conversation. I appreciate your time. Like, we had a great time. I love her. Like, I think she's a sweetheart, And at the end of the day, and you know what? Like, I have one more client.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
there you go. Exactly.
She realized that, I'm here for her. I did this gorgeous piece. We went over every single detail that she wanted. Made her dreams come true. Did the beautiful tattoo. Sent her home with a smile and in peace, And then she's like, Lorena, I cannot believe it. Like maybe you don't look like Chaka Khan, but you got it, girl.
That's funny.
maybe you don't look Chaka Khan.
Why do we keep getting Chaka Khan references on the show?
And that's it.
I know,
yeah,
word,
because,
actually.
you know, but think about it, like,
That's
you know,
actually really funny. Yeah.
I know, like, empower woman, you know, with the afro. I think
No,
it's
for
gorgeous,
sure.
like,
No, I get it.
you
I
know?
get it. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why they mention, or so that's why someone always use the whole like Chaka Khan. You know, it's very iconic. It's very iconic, but I love it. There's nothing wrong with it. But you know, now this lady then recommend me to some other ladies, and then that's the ball. That's how the ball
rolls.
rolls. Like
That's it. That's how it grows. That's how you grow your business.
Word of mouth is very, very strong, especially in the tattoo community.
And also when it comes to support like small business or like black owned business and this and that, like even my dog treats. It's a black owned business, and I bought it from a black owned business, and it's my dog treat. My doggies, my pushes. You know, it's like if I see quality and if I see that you do, this is your gig, you know, your passion, you are passionate about dogs and you did your own business. And I'm like, if it has a quality and it's black owned. And I bought my treats from them.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like, okay,
Boom.
you know, why not?
That's a bonus.
There's so many different layers on that. So sometimes it's very sensitive subject out there, you know, with this whole thing about racist or not and anti-black and it's very, very sensitive at this point in time right now to all these issues, all these things. But like I don't want to think about. I mean, I think about it like me, my service, my what I do. I don't care. I mean, you can be black, you can be white, you can be, I don't know, like Latino, you can be whatever. You can be Latino and black. you can be whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So I will give you a tattoo and send you home.
I want to.
I'm like, okay.
I want to make sure that we come back to the whole entrepreneurship conversation.
Yes.
Make sure that you guys.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Make sure
to that.
I don't forget. Because
I
got
you. We got you.
Okay, thank you. I want to talk about what happened.
I'll segue it back in later.
Cool. I want to talk about what happened in the U.S. a couple days ago.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The storming of Capitol Hill.
Olympus has fallen.
Olympus has fallen. The movie in real life.
Yeah.
I actually, like yesterday or so, it was when I sit down because obviously social media was like explode with all these things, right?
Yeah.
And then I sit down yesterday with calm and time, and I was just seeing all the videos. Like I was actually going into seeing in detail what's up.
Before we talk about let's talk about what we saw. What did you guys see?
Yeah.
I saw.
So
I don't know.
When you're in America, talk about it.
I didn't see much different than you did. I watch on Twitter.
Fair. Fair.
I'm in LA. I'm very far away from that.
Fair.
So I saw. Well, one of the most notable things that I saw was this Trump supporter that had an onion in her hand to basically mimic the effects of getting maced. So she rubbed the onion across her eyes.
Wow.
And was just like complaining about being maced.
Oh my God.
Have you guys watched Animaniacs in 2020, like the reboot?
Yes, I love.
They have a
I know
lot
where you're going.
of
Yes.
like strong social commentary, and it's like really lit.
God.
So they basically took that girl and incorporated her in the intro for a second.
Yeah.
And here, I'll play that. It's pretty funny.
Totally insane.
They pushed me out and maced me.
Nobody pushed her or maced her. She made that up. So that was
no
one of
one
my
pushed her or
favorite
me. I
ones.
saw that clip.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
What else did you guys see?
Man, I saw, you guys probably saw this by now, but there was footage of people trying to climb the wall, right? It's a massive, the Capitol Hill, massive structure, tons of stairs to go up or whatever.
Yep.
So people trying to climb the wall and falling off. So they dubbed that with like WWE commentary. So you had like Jim Ross.
I saw like,
You saw JR doing commentary of it.
When Sonic like gets hit and all of his rings explode? I saw that one.
Yeah.
Yep. They did that. Mario. But one thing that was like, that really got me, I know like we make jokes and stuff and we got to laugh through the pain. But one of the things that got me, and like you said, Lorena, is like, I was going through social media and I saw footage of this woman being shot. And like, there was no warning that you were going to see that. Like, I mean, they say it in the title, but you don't think you'll actually like see someone actually get shot. So you see the woman who gets shot in, I think it was her neck.
What was the scenario?
And she ended up.
Yeah, she ended up passing away.
I don't know the scenario. Like she ended up passing away, but in the video.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And it was just, it's chaotic. There's tons of people surrounding her. And out of nowhere, you hear the shot. The crowd disperses. She's on the ground bleeding out. And at that point, it hit me like, this is not, like, this is insane. This is anarchy. This is like, shots are being fired. People are losing their life. And this is America. You know what I mean? Like, this is the country that claims they are the best country in the world. Like, things like this only happen in third world countries. This is happening in the United States of America. Like, that hit me, and I was like, this is a day we'll never forget.
This
like,
is
it's
a
devastating.
protest. Yeah. This is a protest.
Did you saw the guy?
Did you guys saw that guy with the fur?
Yeah, that guy was ridiculous with the horns on and the fur.
Ridiculous, yeah.
Oh my Lord!
It was
sitting there in the main chair with the thing.
Yeah, he got arrested. That guy finally got arrested. The guy was sitting in Nancy Pelosi's office.
And then the police was there. Supposedly the police was there. The police was doing fuck all nothing. Then at some point they say, "Oh, I can't find my handcuffs." Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
Like, so you are police. You're right there. You're just watching, and then out of nowhere. Oh, I can't arrest them because I can't find my handcuffs.
No, I saw them taking selfies with them. I saw them opening the gates to actually let them in.
And even.
I saw, like I said, dude sitting in Nancy Pelosi's office with his feet on the top,
like he owned the place.
Yeah.
Like he owned the freaking place. It's like his palace now.
And
like,
what's up with that? And it was actually what I found more infuriating than anything was just the coverage, like the fact that people were news outlets were referring to this as a Trump supporters protest.
Yeah, no, call them terrorists. Call them what they are.
So let me play this clip about what.
Also, there were some people out there saying that more likely something else was coming. That this is just a distraction. That this was just a distraction to whatever is happening on the side, on the low, and then obviously all the social media is covering this. And it's like this is the moment thing, and then nobody else
no one knows what's happening
on the exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's America, man. Like,
it's nuts. And let me say one thing before you play Clip Shack. So my dad and I were watching the CNN. They were doing coverage of them certifying the votes. So that's how this whole thing started, right? They were certifying the votes to say, okay, Biden, Kamala Harris, they're officially, certified to be president and vice president. Out of nowhere, they stopped the coverage to say, oh, the protests are getting violent and escalating. So we're watching this on live TV from peaceful, if you want to call it peaceful, democracy happening in the building, to the next thing you know, people are running through barriers, climbing walls, climbing buildings. It literally looked like a scene out of a movie. Yeah. Like, it was nuts.
It was nuts.
Yeah,
it
like,
was just nuts.
And I think that's the clip that I'm going to play, where it's Draymond Green of the Warriors, and it's funny that NBA players and the NBA seems to have a lot of insights that we can go to versus just watching like CNN or Fox or whatever the fuck. So I'm going to play what Draymond Green had to say about the whole thing.
To show the policing system was built against black people, black and brown people. And that's the reason those reactions are different. That's the reason someone can walk or run or bust their way through or whatever into the Speaker of the House office and put their feet on the desk like they're sitting at home on their couch, storming into a building and busting out windows and carrying podiums and all that other stuff. That's not a protest. That's a terrorist attack. It just goes to show the police. And so stop using stop describing those people the same way you describe someone who just stand there and make a chant and say, we want justice, we want peace. Stop using the same word. It's disrespectful. It's ridiculous. And it's shameful, to keep calling them protesters. Not fucking protesters. They're fucking terrorists.
Facts or facts?
Facts. Mic drop.
Facts
Like,
are
mic drop. Like, man.
Yeah.
It is
Draymond's
pretty
spitting.
disrespectful because also it is pretty disrespectful because I saw some images also like from remember that those are the black protesters that were happening.
Yeah.
They locked. Have you seen this thing? Remember they locked the whole thing like. There were some serious like SWAT like
They had the National Guard ready to go. Yeah.
What the hell? And then you go and then you're telling me with these people you cannot find your handcuffs? Oh my God! Like
nuts.
So
nuts.
can I ask a silly question?
Yeah, ask it.
Does white privilege exist?
Like if no one can tell me after that day that white privilege does not exist, no one can say that to me. No one can say that.
It does. I say it does.
Like that's the epitome of it right there. Like taking selfies with cops as you burst into a building that like you have no right being into.
No.
Disgusting. And then Trump.
No.
And then
Trump. It is pretty crazy.
Like Trump basically inciting this. Like he started. He was like, "Hey, let's go do it." Like you know what I mean? Like this
Like, how's
guy
the
is
president
absolutely
not-
nuts.
There's no scenario
but
that I
this
can imagine where a
Yeah.
president doesn't denounce something like that.
Yeah.
But I guess in this scenario it's different.
Yeah.
Listen, but this guy told people like not even not long ago. Oh, you know what? If you drink Lysol or if you drink whatever, you're gonna be cured of this shit.
Yeah.
And people were actually drinking it. Like, are you serious right now?
Man.
So I honestly, from this individual, I expect I can, you are shocked because you're like, how is this possible? But at the same time, you're not really
shocked.
You know,
Yeah.
like what's next, bro? Like,
Yeah, honestly. It's like the hip hop Harry.
It's
Who's
too
next?
much. It's
Yeah.
too much. It's too much. It's like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing next? What are we doing next? It's like it's more fucked up than the thing before. You know.
Honestly.
What were they calling him, Patrick? I don't have my phone on me, but what were they calling him?
Vanilla Isis was one name referred
like
to
Vanilla Isis. That's a good
those
one.
terrorists. Let me pull up the other ones. There were some good ones. There were some good ones here. We got Al Qaeda.
Y'all Qaeda. I
Y'all
like that.
Qaeda.
Y'all Qaeda.
Al Qaeda.
What was the other? Where's the other one? It's like Jihad. 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 Oh man! And like when you hear the stories of people,
This sounds like some redneck chick. Like,
Exactly.
That's where they came from, right? Like all these people coming from the deep south, they've never left their small little trailer park town ever in their life, and here they are storming Capitol Hill.
The craziest part was like the fact that like they showed you the aftermath of them all sitting in the hotel lobby the next day, just like, after an exhausting day of protesting, they're all just kicking it before they head out to disperse across the U.S. Like, what? Nobody's getting detained, arrested, or nothing?
Nothing.
I'm pretty sure 4 people passed away. Four people actually died.
Yeah.
And
there's been arrests now.
And there's been arrests. The guy who put his feet up in that office, he got arrested. I also saw that Trump has been banned indefinitely from Twitter.
Yep.
Same with Facebook. Do you think that this is like, are we like way too late to even be doing that? Like, is Twitter and Facebook too late to be doing shit like that?
Of course.
When it comes to those things, like I think that this guy, I mean, I don't know. I got Twitter like actually not long ago, and I've been like seeing, what people like, what it's all about. I know it's like super.
That's where I get my
labor.
news. That's where I get my news.
But I've been getting, all the retweets and tweets. I'm like, this man for the last years, I've been tweeting some crazy ass shit. And people are just like, what? And the retweets and the answers and, it's just crazy. But he love it. He just love it. He just love the attention. He just love the fact that he's like, oh, I'm retweeting this. Grab her by the pussy. Whatever the situation is, it's like. And then people are just going nuts with it, and then it's all on and on and on and on, escalating. Obviously, this whole thing about restricting him from social media platforms, maybe, they feel that it's going to be like an impact of what he's expressing or what he's saying next, like what's going on. But I don't think,
I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'll tell you what's going to happen next. The man has millions of dollars, almost billions of dollars, if I'm not mistaken. You know what's going to happen? Yeah. He's going to start his own media company.
Oh, for sure.
He's starting his own media company. And he has backers. The thing is, Trump gets money. People give Trump money. Yep. They loan him money. He starts all these business ventures. Yep. He's not going anywhere. He has a few with Fox News.
He's going
to start his own channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone's going to tune in. Everyone's still going to tune in. We can't get rid of him.
If you're not tuned in to keep up, to know what's up. It's like entertaining. It's like entertaining with like capital.
It's sickening. It's a disease.
I remember when this was just fun. I remember when it was just fun. Yeah. What would happen if he was president? Oh, that's hilarious.
That would never happen. SNL did all the skits.
Yeah. I swear. I remember I was living in a different apartment. I had like a couple of friends over, and it was like the elections. I remember this night. I couldn't believe what that was happening. I honestly, by the time it was
Everybody
like
was
midnight,
shocked. Nobody said anything.
I honestly, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to bed.
Go to bed. Yeah, that's it.
Tomorrow.
Go to bed early. Leave the party early.
Tomorrow. I know. I'm like, I will see you tomorrow, America. Whatever happens,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that this guy was winning. I was like, this is just a joke. It's a joke.
It was insane, man. It's insane. But let's hope, by the end of this month, things change when we get the new folks in office, undo what he did, and let's get it going, man.
So I want to, since we're going from unfortunate news, I want to also go to some more unfortunate news to have a greater discussion.
Oh, good job. Yeah, let's
So
let's go deeper.
So Instagram model Joselyn Cano has passed away late last year in December, I believe it was, and it was due to an unsuccessful surgery when she went to Colombia to get some work done.
Right. Right.
Very sad news, but
indeed,
I said before, before we started recording, I was telling you, we had this conversation, Lorena and I had this conversation about going to Colombia, and we were talking about
doing plastic surgery
in Colombia. I was talking about all that kind of stuff. So you were actually very adamant about how safe they are with the precautions that they take and everything. So something like this definitely damages that kind of perspective.
It shakes you. It shakes you. It shakes, everything that you believe in on. Because, for example, never mind, when I heard about this news, and then one of the first comments that one of my closest friends said to me, "Girl, did you saw this girl's body from before this procedure? What is that she needed to be done? What else she needed to get done?
Right.
She was already looking flawless. She was already looking she was already a doll. So why, what is this? It's, especially because I think it was I think I saw the news and it was out of, it was about BBL, which is one of anything with the booty involved.
Yeah.
It's a serious procedure. It's a serious procedure. So if you already got a figure, and if you already got, this
the curves,
guitar, you got your curves. What else are you doing?
I'm not sure what she was doing because she already had a lot of work done. So I'm not sure.
It was a BBL. It was a BBL that went wrong. And
what's a BBL to our male listeners, because this is mostly men.
So what they do is the Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, okay,
BBL.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had an acronym for it.
Acronyms for everything,
so it's a Brazilian butt lift, and then there's a lot of women that pay a lot of money for these procedures. They do fat transfers. They put more fat on the booty. They want that booty. They want that plump booty. Yeah. And they pay a lot of money for that booty. And I don't have anything against plastic surgery. I know. If you're natural, you're natural. If you like your body, if you love yourself, and you don't think that there's nothing else to do, and you don't want to do it. Good for you. Congratulations. It's nothing. But if for some reason you got something that it bothers you, and it's personal decision, you cannot get plastic surgery for older people. You get you get whatever you get for yourself. You
Right.
can,
Yeah.
you know, you can be doing these things. But that being said, it's an industry that's been going on and on and on, and it's, you know, like it's been
it's not
super
new.
trendy, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
women all over the world, all over the world that do it. Women and men too, because
Yeah,
men get
for
all
sure.
kinds
Men
of
get stuff
done
done.
to
Yeah,
us.
the calves.
They get all kinds of stuff like the abs and, you know, all kinds of stuff.
So like I just want to know
when
what
it comes-
like it's just crazy. Like I don't know. Like I get it. People have their things that they want to improve on
insecurities
themselves,
about
their
it,
insecurities or whatever.
Right.
And sometimes like when
Right.
you have the money to do it, why not?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm looking at like the
also,
comment.
let me tell you something. It's addicting.
It's
It's
addicting. So when
something
you
that it can be addicting.
so
There's many
because
cases
you know you
and
can
many
improve on
scenarios.
it. You can
Exactly.
always improve
So there is
on it.
always you can always do something else. You can
Yeah.
always like this whole thing about. But as someone that I'm not gonna even deny that I've been touched by an angel.
Hey. Saying
Hey,
goddamn make no
found-
mistakes.
We found our episode
So-
title. Hey.
Bless my touch my angel.
I've been touched by an angel.
Yo, man. Shout out to that
As
show, by the way.
as someone that's been touched by an angel, then you know, I did my things because I don't know, like I had this weight loss journey. There are some things with the body that I was not happy with myself. Like I
For
was
sure.
just not, content. So I did what I did, but it doesn't mean that every year or every 2 years
You
or
gotta
every
do a
whatever
little upkeep or something.
you're gonna fly there and you're gonna get all these procedures done. There's ladies that they just, shit goes out of hand, and then by the time that you realize, you look like I don't know, like fucked up Nicole Kidman, like what the fuck?
Damn, not Nicole Kidman. Oh man,
Catching a stray bullet.
honestly, right?
It's fucked.
So what do you
I don't understand.
What do you guys think about the because I'm just looking at the feedback to an Instagram
Right.
post of
Right.
like the news being delivered that this woman has passed away. Some of the top comments are love yourself, rest in plastic,
Ouch.
team natural baby.
Yeah.
Like people are
Yeah,
really
those-
not
Yeah,
really
I'm
sympathetic.
gonna go ahead and tell you what I said to those hater comments that I get time to time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need this negativity. I don't need this
Fair.
negativity in my life.
Fair.
Yeah.
I know it's cruel. It's cruel. It's a cruel world out there when it comes to like the social media. They can either lift you and say all these great things, and they can be just like
Crush you.
straight up
Yeah.
like cruel and
Yeah.
evil, and they can tell you all these mean things. It's crazy. It's crazy, people say like that. And I've been victim of sometimes of comments like that. Oh yeah, she looks that good because she's all done, and she got this done, she got this done, she got this done. And like, you know what? If you're gonna be that person, if you're gonna be doing those hater comments, I'm like, yeah, well, you have some serious problems. It's a disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You got
Seriously.
a disease. It's got
Seriously.
jealousy.
Yeah, like I'd say like I lean obviously like more on the natural, like the side like you said before, like if you I think you should be happy with what you have, but that's not always going to be the happen, right? Like you're going to have we all have our own, we look at our bodies sometimes and there's things that we would love to change for sure, but
Obviously, yeah.
I'm not going to hate on anyone who does it, because to each their own. But like to go on someone's page after you hear
After
that they
they
passed
die.
away,
I know.
or
Yeah.
you see the news and say rest
It's
in
wrong.
plastic. Come on,
Yeah.
that's
It's
cruel.
wrong.
That's
It's just
cruel.
wrong.
So
It's
like,
just wrong. It's just wrong. But you know what? There is like that fact that like I don't think that they see this lady, the model. I don't see. It's like how do you say this in English? It's kind of like dehumanizing this person. It's like
They don't see them as human.
Figure. It's
Yeah.
a figure. It's right. There's an image.
Yeah.
They don't really have. There's no empathy whatsoever. There's no nothing. And then. In the internet, people can say their things. You're free to say whatever because you're hiding behind a phone, or you're hiding behind a computer. And you can say whatever, and then people be like, "Oh shit, this is some evil. This is some like cruel ass thing you just said there. How could you?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't know. You don't know. This can be, I don't know, maybe a granny in the basement.
Yeah. I don't know, right?
yeah. So I wanted
So when
to
it comes to that,
I wanted to bring this conversation a little home for like some of our listeners, a lot of our listeners, actually people that look like the people that look like Patrick
Right.
and I.
Oh man.
The ones with no hair left. It's just gone. Like,
Man, you see how the lights glisten off the top of that? You see that? Oh man.
I'm wearing a hat. I'm wearing a hat. So like, because now that we know that there are options out there, and I've had conversations with some of my friends that have done extensive research to figure out places to go. They're Turkey, if you guys are looking.
Hey, let's go.
Oh yeah.
So Patrick, if I give you the whole step by step and the recipe, go to Turkey, who you need to talk to, it's going to cost you something within your budget.
Ooh, okay.
Right.
Are you going to Turkey?
See, now when you hit me with the in my budget,
hold on. Okay. Now it sounds like a for sure yes, but I'm gonna give you something like about what happens after it's done. So it happens. Yeah. You look like you don't look sightly. You know what I mean? Like your head looks fucked up apparently. You
that is true.
Yeah, you're not supposed to cut it or shave it. You have to let it grow out for a minute, so it's really gonna look like kind of fucked up for a minute.
And it looks gross when it's healing. So I've seen it.
Yeah,
exactly. What is the process though? Like, what are they? What are they doing?
So the implant. So they take like whatever they decide, like from whatever area that they're gonna take the hair, and they do like implants. Like on the follicle. With the hair. Okay. Now, when they do that, when they do this, I mean, as far as I know, like it's very interesting. So I like to know these things like in detail, and sometimes I even watch videos about it. I know, I'm that person.
Yeah, but like
so
it looks
it's good to know.
I've also
seen. When you see the hair,
I've seen people do it.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine that actually flew there, got it done. I saw him in the different stages of recovery. You know. Wow. And the process of the healing is gross. You have to wash this. It's like, oh my God, it's like scab, like scabby, and like you need to really wash this with the camera. But the result, like after it was all finished and healed, because also it's your scalp. Like remember, this tissue over here, like on your head, is different from other parts of your body.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it heals in a different way. But once it was healed, oh my God.
Night and day. But does it look weird? Because like you know them as a bald person. So it's like I see you with a hairpiece. Does that what it looks like?
It may be, I mean, if you are a bald person, or if you decided just to shave your head, you don't have that much hair, whatever the situation is. Yeah. And then you see yourself like with that look for that whatever amount of time, obviously, then you have this hair that you can put your hair through, or you can do your little chachacan thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's
I'm nervous about the feedback that I would get from my homies.
Exactly, because everyone knows that you were bald.
They'd probably try and grab it and pull it off my head, like
Listen, they're gonna be going at you like, what is this? Are you trying to pull some Nicolas Cage kind of here? Like,
I took a picture. Have you seen this name? I took a picture on the Venice boardwalk where I'm just smiling.
Yeah.
And somebody commented on my picture thinking that I went and got my teeth done. I'm like, no, just was blessed. So I can only imagine what would happen.
Yeah. Oh, you get roasted for sure. You get roasted.
I get the nice Caesar done and the nice little part.
But I will say, I was telling this to Shaq before, like, if I could come back with like the Jalen Rose kind of treatment. Have you seen Jalen Rose, Lorena?
Jalen Rose,
former basketball player.
Rose
he's on ESPN.
Oh yeah. Yes.
He is known for having the most immaculate hairline of all time.
His hairline is immaculate. If I could get that back, I mean,
hands down.
He started with like a helmet hairline. Like it starts like right here. Yeah. So he had a lot to work with.
I don't even know where mine is anymore.
That's real. Oh God. That's what the pandemic was for.
You know what? On the brighter side, I know that there is. Oh man, you know how many comments. I mean, obviously, I tattoo, and I talk to so many guys, but I also tattoo and talk to so many women. Believe me what I'm saying. Being bald, having the beard, and the whole Rico Suave look. Oh yeah, no, that's it. That's like the ladies like it. I'm telling you. The ladies like it.
My girl loves it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Like it.
Yeah, my girl loves it, and it's just like I can't imagine. Like I don't know. It's hard for like everybody knows me as this, anyways. Like they know, and it's not like they look at me. They're like, baldy, makes jokes. Like even if they did, it wouldn't even affect me. But nobody really does. They just know me as a bald guy.
That's it.
So
Right.
what do I really have to
Right.
do to go and spend 10 grand to go to Turkey and come back and have an ugly stage to come out with a hairline that I don't really think I need?
Yeah. I mean, if you were in the public
that
eye,
is the-
maybe.
I am in the public
But
eye,
if- but
Patrick.
if-
No. Like if you would start.
But if you have that situation, you just answer your own question. You just
Yeah.
answer your own question yourself. How bad? Or it's like how bad,
bad do I want it?
or how obsessed am I with this? No.
Yeah.
Am I content with this? Am I happy? Do I really need to do this?
Yeah.
Do
yeah.
I, is this something that maybe it's gonna make me even feel weird? Maybe after you're like, what the fuck did I just do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then there's no, there's no need. It's just there's not that really urge to get this done, like to to go through all this process to
Yeah.
have that hair back, like whatever it is,
Just love yours.
Yeah,
Love
exactly.
what you got.
Okay, so I have. Let's get silly. We're at the hour mark.
Entrepreneur. Don't forget about it.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I swear. I have this one silly topic, and then we're gonna get to the entrepreneurial stuff, and that's where we're gonna be.
Okay.
So, basically, at around this time in the podcast, that's where we get like silly.
Get silly.
Yay.
We should really play that song. That's what we should.
Word, a whole
should
get
just call
silly
it, like,
segment.
Get Silly, yeah.
Trademark. We gave him too much already.
Hey.
So there's I guess a skip the dishes Uber Eats skip the dishes not in the States. I think it's like Postmates or Uber Eats or something.
Right.
She's a
Right.
driver in Long Island, New York, and she shows up at this doorstep and drops the food off. But the person
Right.
that she delivered the food to had only tipped her $8, and I don't know how much he spent.
Okay.
But usually, if I get food from wherever I'm ordering from, $8 is a pretty
Right.
good tip.
That's a pretty good tip.
It's a
That's
good
a pretty
tip.
good tip.
Yeah.
Then it's trash.
Sorry,
If you spent $100 on food, that's a trash tip.
unless this guy spent $100 on wherever he ordered
Fair.
his food
Okay.
from.
Fair.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the clip, and we'll see what we
Okay.
think based on this exchange because she talks to the homie. Here we go.
I used to leave it, thank you. I used to leave it.
Aido.
No,
Ya
I
te
could
perro.
speak to you actually.
I'm sorry?
I need to speak to you. I don't think you realize where they're coming from, so I need to speak to you.
Where what's coming from?
Where the food you ordered is coming from. I don't think you realize the distance that it's coming from, because then you would never actually have given what you gave. So I think you can come and see face to face. Because I drove 40 minutes. And it was extremely far, and I got it to you early. So I don't think you realize where you ordered from.
I don't understand.
Well, I think
Minutes from where?
from the restaurant that you ordered from.
Hold
You
on.
realize how far?
I want to go forward with this clip. I want to pause right here.
Yeah.
Right.
When it comes to ordering food, because we all do it, it's the pandemic.
sure.
This
It's
is
been
what
the pandemic
we
way.
love doing this more than anything
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
When you're tipping, do you consider
Right.
the distance for the restaurant? Because I never actually thought about that, to be honest. I just
That-
think about
Never-
like
I
price.
never thought about
I think
that.
about
Yeah.
price and what the
No,
percentage
that caught
is.
my attention. Yeah, that caught my attention because usually, I'm downtown Toronto. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
everything's close.
Where are you now, Patrick?
I'm in Scarborough.
He's in Scarborough.
Okay, so I don't know about you, Patrick, but like, for example, when I order, I know some of the my favorite places like around where I live. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So I know this, like, I have the Caribbean Jamaican place, I have this Italian place. So there's like few places that is like legit like few blocks.
What
like
Caribbean
only,
place do you?
know,
What Caribbean place do
I'm
you
not
order
even.
from?
There is a place over here in City Place. Oh my God, the best, one of the best, like jerk
Oh,
chicken.
Roy
Like,
Woods.
I love
Roy
it.
Woods.
Roy Woods?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to the
You know
homie
what?
Roy
You know
Woods.
what?
Shout out to the homies at Roy
Roy
Woods.
Woods loves our pod. I don't know why, but they be commenting and loving our shit. So shout out to
the
Roy
homies.
Woods.
Yeah,
They always be looking out. So that's hilarious.
I love it.
So it's sometimes what happens is, like I order and I know that, whoever's coming, I don't know if it's a bike or driving or whatever, like I know it's just coming from there. I am not going to order something that's like 40 minutes
for sure.
away
A lot of
from
delivery
me.
apps don't even let you order shit from 40 minutes away.
No.
Exactly.
No.
It will
Plus,
show
like,
you in the app.
It'll take 40 minutes because they gotta prepare it and then they deliver it. But like, it's not gonna, like, the whole process takes an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
It will actually tell you in the app, you are way too far from this location.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I don't know.
Or it doesn't even show up.
Exactly. Okay.
No. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
For me, before you continue, I was just gonna say, for me, I won't even order food if it's taking over 40 minutes. If that whole process is over, I'm not ordering because I'm ordering because I'm hungry now.
Because you're planning ahead. You plan ahead.
It's gonna be cold.
Also, because we have this break right now, I ordered from this Jamaican place in LA like two nights ago, and for some strange reason, an order of rice and peas for two was $6. Hold on, let me get to the best part. An order of oxtail, for two, $6.
No,
They
what?
fucked up.
That's not what?
Oxtail for $6, like not even a joke. Like it literally. I looked at it like 5 times.
That's crazy.
I looked at it mad times. I'm like, because I've ordered from there before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it must be 16, and they fucked up.
Yeah.
But the whole time, even when I ordered it, I'm like, oh, these guys are going to come back and give me like 2 cubes of oxtail. No, I got the whole order.
Damn.
As a matter of fact,
bring some of that back, yo.
As a matter of fact, I might go look tonight and see how many orders of oxtail we can secure.
Yeah.
And I might freeze that shit and bring it back home.
And then there you go. Just fly back with it. Let's go.
Okay, let me play the rest of this clip because it gets better.
I love it. Do you realize you ordered from Cormac and you're in Smithtown?
That's a 15-20 minute drive.
It's not. You need to try to drive it. I just drove it. It's 40 minutes. It's 12 and a half miles. So I don't think you realize how far it is.
So I think you have to pick up if you think it's that far.
They don't let us know how far. So I think you need to adjust your tip to make it right.
How much is the tip?
You gave an $8 tip.
What the hell are you looking for?
Mind you, okay, when she walks away, that bag is not $100 worth of food for sure. Like I see it, it's like one takeout container, maybe a smaller one on top. That's about it.
Right.
And he gave an $8 tip.
Wow.
He's saying that wherever it is like that's like a 20-minute drive. And she's saying she didn't reply with anything other than the mileage. She didn't say time. She said it's this. It's 12 miles away or whatever it was. What do you guys think?
So I converted that just so I could do the Canadian.
Oh my God, you Canadian. You good Canadian.
So she said about 12 and a half miles. That's 20 kilometers.
Okay. 20K, that's
20 kilometers. Yeah.
How far is, I don't know.
That's actually still, that's kind of far. Like 20K for food. That's kind of deep.
Yeah, I guess that's like, it is deep. But like, why, what is this app that they're using? Because I don't think any app that I use would allow that.
I think that honestly, like it's messed up because for starters, I am not driving. I mean, I'm thinking about it now from her point of view because, I'm going to be the one out there maybe in the cold, like driving this out and there's fucking crazy food out there.
Exactly.
I am not doing it.
Right? And then you got to drive back? Are you hoping you get another order on the way back?
Mind you,
like,
I said that this is in Long Island. This is not like winter Long Island. It's beautiful outside.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, let's just keep that. And also she's taking charge of this thing. I mean, I tip my deliver boys and girls, like I'm super nice. It doesn't matter,
You're also in the service industry too, so you get it.
I am not exactly. I'm not living that life, but when it comes to that, she's ballsy. Like she went back and she's like, you know what? You know what, motherfucker? Like, give me my fucking money. Like, what is this?
Right?
What is the
She's
BS?
showing up like a gangster, being like, "Yo, you run it. You owe me."
Yeah,
You know, you owe me
run
the
that
money.
back.
Hold on, let me play,
That is
the
crazy.
last like 5 minutes because I just love 5 seconds because I love his reaction to like her walking away with his food.
Are you fucking kidding?
That's all it is.
Oh man,
That's exactly what I would have said on that ring.com recording.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm a nerd, so I had to do more research on this.
Okay.
So, are you guys familiar with Scarborough Town Center?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
Like where
yeah.
that is roughly in the city? Okay.
Yeah.
So I did a 20-kilometer radius just to see where that is.
Uh-huh.
So that could take you anywhere from like the border of Ajax, North Richmond Hill, almost King City,
What?
hitting
Wow.
hitting highway about 400 to the west, and then deep downtown.
400?
So,
Okay, no, that's ridiculous. If that's
That is
actually what it is. Okay, let's talk about who the
Yeah.
onus
No.
is on. Who's the onus is on the app, as far as I'm concerned, because there's no way an app should
I
tell
think
you.
so.
There's no way an app should let you travel that far for a delivery
Yeah.
where you're not going to
Yeah.
make that much off of the transaction, and then the tip.
Yeah.
You're hoping to get something that'll make it worth your while, because I
They
don't-
need you to reevaluate like the
Yeah.
setup of the thing.
that must be an up and coming delivery service app. I don't think Uber Eats would let you do it. I don't think
Facts.
Postmates
No.
would let you do
No.
it.
I
Like
don't
those
think-
big ones aren't going to do
I
it.
don't think so.
Nah.
I don't think so.
No,
I
but
don't
also
think
like
so.
don't walk off of my food.
Don't-
Like,
yeah, word.
Yo, I'm
Don't
hungry.
steal
Don't
my
walk off
food.
of my food. Like, yo,
Do you think she was
you ain't
hoping
going
on?
nowhere with my food.
Just,
you-
just legit, they'll be like, oh, no dough? Okay.
So do you think that
About
she was hoping that he would be chasing after her with a $20 bill, being like,
Yeah.
just give me my fucking food. Here, take this 20 and go
Like,
home.
Here.
Damn.
What do you, I
That's
don't know.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yo,
it
it's
is.
hard out here, man, when you're in the service industry.
Yes,
I really
it's
wonder what
crazy.
that dude
It's
did
crazy.
after that. Like, I don't know if he like followed up and doubled
Well,
down on it, or he ordered something
have
else.
some frozen pizza
Call
in
customer
the-
service.
He better have some frozen pizza in the fridge or
Ooh,
something.
word. Well, customer service,
Honestly,
all they'll
'cause
do
he ain't eating
in,
whatever that was.
in the interim,
I
because
know.
that same Jamaican restaurant that I told you about, actually, this is funny because I've had two issues, not issues, but situations with them. The one where I got $6 oxtail, and the other one was
Right.
where they delivered. So they delivered. I got the notification where it's like, "Oh, your food's outside." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." I
Right.
don't see it, and then I go to the neighbor's house. Well, sorry, before I go to the neighbor's house, I go back inside and I tell my girl, I'm like, "Babe, this food's not here," and it says it's here. And then I'm like, "Okay." Did they eat my food? Because this is delicious food for sure. This might have been the second time I ordered it, so I'm like, I know how good this food is. And so I immediately hit the customer service shit, and it credited the whole meal.
Yeah.
And then I go outside.
True.
I look at the neighbor's
Oh.
house. I look at the neighbor's house, and it's hanging on the neighbor's.
And then
Yeah.
like the little have
It's hanging on the neighbor's
So
door.
did you go jack
Yeah.
it?
Of course, I looked like I stole their food, and I felt like I looked like I walked away
I'm
with
saying,
murder. I was
yeah.
like, oh shit, let's go, we got free food.
Black man stealing food in LA. You can't be doing that, bro.
Yeah, the neighbor's probably looking
and not
inside.
even,
Oh,
and not
man.
even, and not even is like I'm not stealing food. No, you're stealing oxtail. Like which is
I don't. Hey, trust me, the neighbor does not know the currency and the value of oxtail. He didn't take a. He didn't
they
have a
don't
chance to look
understand.
in it.
No,
He didn't
no.
have a chance to look inside. But I feel like oxtail should be like you should be able to see gold, Bitcoin,
Facts.
oxtail.
Oxtail. Like, that's a currency.
It is a currency.
actually now that we're talking a little bit about like and specifically we're saying oxtail. I've seen some videos. I'm like, there are some people. I'm like, that is like typical, like maybe a cliche or something about the whole like, oh yeah, all the Caribbean people or like Jamaican people, like they would like the oxtail. I'm like, and that's not really. And they were saying that is not even real. And I was like, okay.
Oh.
I mean, well, I
Oxtail
love
is
oxtail.
life.
Like,
Oxtail is
It's
everything.
amazing.
I mean,
You have it once, it will touch
amazing.
your soul. Like,
My girl had oxtail.
You know what I mean?
But
Like-
I watched my girl have oxtail for the. Babe, was that your first time when you had it? When you had oxtail with me, was that your first time?
Yeah. No. I had it in Jamaica.
All right. Well, for the sake of the story, it was the first time. And I'm just watching her eat it, and I'm like, this looks like she's consuming a psychedelic drug, and it hits immediate as soon as it goes in her mouth. Huh? There's a mic that's ready to go if you want to talk. Yeah, exactly. So like, I just know how delicious oxtail, like the gravy and like, the fact that you take the gravy from oxtail and you put it on like jerk chicken, like the fact that you put it on jerk chicken, like you put it on everything.
Okay. Okay, there is a little place. There is a little Jamaican place on Bloor that I used to go there a lot because like when it comes to like Caribbean food, like there is one St. Clair, Bloor and St. Clair.
Oh, Bloor and St. Clair.
A little place, a Jamaican place close to Bloor and St. Clair. And when I was a student, obviously I was broke as fuck. Like I had no money.
Oh, main shots? Is it main shots?
I remember this lovely lady. Oh my god! And when it comes to like Caribbean food, Cubans also have like the rice and peas. We also have rice and peas.
Yes,
we have we love the plantain.
Yes.
Platano. The way the Cuban style of it's so good too.
I haven't had.
We have all that stuff, right? And I went to see the lady. I remember first time. I don't know. Like I didn't know like oxtail. Like I don't know what this is. Like. And then this lady, it was late. I was studying this and that. It was so good. It was so good that I went back to the front, shameless. I don't care. Like, shameless. I was like, can you just put more rice and more gravy?
Yeah, that's all you need sometimes. That's all you need sometimes to get you by. If you
the lady look at me kind of like, yeah, I know I just touched your soul. Like,
and then sometimes you get blessed with the gravy because you get chunks of meat in there.
You get
like,
little pieces of meat.
Let's go.
Yes,
man.
Yes, 100%.
Now I need some oxtail.
Yeah. Oh man, I just had that last 2 minutes ago.
I don't know, it was like 9:30, like 10 p.m. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like,
why not?
It was crazy. It was
why
crazy.
not?
But I was like, after that, I was like, okay, so this is like one of my favorites now.
Oxtail gravy is life.
It's life. It definitely is. I'm gonna say this to everyone: go support like your local restaurant right now, man. Go support your local like
black businesses right there.
Black
Oxtail
businesses,
gravy.
Yes.
Okay, as promised. I remembered before you guys reminded me.
No, that I was bringing you back to it. Come on, man.
Oh, true. You were the business. We call him the Segue King because he does stuff like this. Maybe it was subconscious that I brought it up because you said that.
Right.
But let's talk about like doing your own thing, starting your own business. At what point does it go from stressful and scary to I'm okay? Let's start with that question.
Yeah, let's start with that.
It is, yeah. It is a roller coaster of emotions, I tell you that. It makes you about like, oh my God, am I doing this? Like in my case, I knew I was ready. It's the kind of feeling that it came to a point that in my career that I was like, I know I'm ready.
Yeah.
That little voice is like, you're ready. You can do this. Don't be scared.
Did you go from a studio first?
But then there is another voice on the other side. They were like, I don't know if you want. Would you want to jump? Jump! Don't jump.
Exactly. You got a sure
moment.
thing. You know what's coming.
It's that moment. Moment. And you know what? It was the best move. Like it was the best decision I ever made.
Nice.
Like honestly, I got back my life, like my free time.
When did you start?
Family time. I started at this year, so at the beginning of the year, I decided I was like, you know what, it's time for me, like new year, new me, new thing,
was your
I know.
Yeah, wow, good for you.
Wow.
So, and you know what, I think I did it right in time. Like it was very smooth. Also, I think I took all the precautions. Obviously, I guess out of either follow your gut kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was already preparing. I was already like letting my social media was like updated, and I all the clients, like everybody knew. It was kind of like, okay, this is what's happening. Just expect this to happen. So people just not, bam. Oh, where are you? Where is she? I can't find her. Like, what is she tattooing now? What's going on? So I kind of like work the way,
behind the
and
scenes.
then and then when I made the transition, it was just so smooth, smooth. And it was scary because it hit me.
So you're talking about the whole process
okay,
to do it was very thought out. Like it wasn't like, okay, I'm just gonna do it, I'm diving in. It was like, okay, I'm finally here. I think it makes sense at this moment in my life to dive in.
Yeah, I'm ready. I was like, you know what? I'm ready. And this is happening because it was already taking me to a point that obviously I'm not saying with this that when you work for someone else, or you work onto under a company or something, maybe that's your home. Maybe you are happy there. Maybe maybe your boss is good. Maybe everything is good. And you're happy. And that's fine. And that's fine. But when you seek for this freedom, there's a price. You seek this freedom, and this is what's happening. And as an artist, at least you can be a musician, an artist, a makeup artist, hairdresser, whatever it is. It came to a point that you want to be your own boss. You want to be doing your own thing. You want to do your own hours, be your own, set up your life the way you want it, And if you're working under someone or with someone or for some other company, and you see that maybe your health or your time or your family time or things like that are being compromised, or no. It's just you gotta make a decision. You gotta make a decision. Is either you, or your best interest, or whatever you want to do, or this other company or person interested. And sometimes the balance doesn't go the way
it doesn't always work out.
No. So I decided to do it, and I jumped, and I was like, the transition was just so smooth. I am so grateful and very, very happy that I did that. And the support and the people that showed me, the love that people showed me, it was amazing. So I am very, very happy. Very happy. Actually, I was coming to a friend of mine the other day that disregard the pandemic. Like probably this is one of the most successful years I ever had. Like financially and like artistically, as a creator. Also, it's been incredible. So very good. Happy with the result.
Let me ask you though, from like the perspective of you're coming into this, let's say you're starting out. I mean, you had your client base already established, but when you're just starting out, how much did you lean on like your family, your friends, like your husband, for example, or the people around you? Like how much do they have to, or did you have to rely on them to help you get this off the ground? Because I think that's something that people don't think about when they're with an entrepreneur, someone who has that natural instinct in them to start their own business. Like, there's a lot that goes into that you're going to have to sacrifice or commit to as well. Right.
Yeah. It's a whole situation when you are a believer. You believe in yourself. You're
literally betting on yourself.
You believe in this dream. You believe in the dream, and you need to convince or kind of like drag all these people. To believe in you. So it is very crazy. But you know what? Like my mom, since ever, I think it was very important. Like a very decisive, like to me, in my life, that to have people around me that you're like, oh, you want to do this? Okay, go and do it. Go get it. I'm here. Like we're gonna help you. If you need a shoulder to cry and be like, oh my god, I fucked up. And if you need to like get the dust out of your knees and then you fall and then you're like, okay, stand up again and let's go again. You can't quit. You can't quit because this is your path. And that's the path. And that's what it is. Especially if you have the skills or the knowledge and you know that you can do it. That's the main thing. Can you do it? You believe in yourself. You can make it happen. Then everything else come along. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Like it's not easy at all. Like it took me years of effort, sacrifice, tattooing until like 1 a.m. and tattooing things that I didn't maybe like personally, or like maybe I was like, oh my God, But you know what? It came to a point that all those experiences and all these lessons bring you into become this individual like today, and how to deal with situations that maybe you are uncomfortable with, or hard times, hardships, like that you have doing creating, your brand, your business, like building and growing and expanding,
Yeah.
That's the whole,
I feel like as
whole
a
thing.
fellow entrepreneur, and I feel like 2020 impacting all entrepreneurs in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's horrible, and for the new entrepreneurs, this has been the kick in their ass that they've been waiting for to kind of get things started. Do you think that this year for you was a blessing to help you get to where you felt like you needed to be?
Yeah, definitely. Patrick, you wanna go? You want me to do it?
Yeah, no, I would say, I mean, I could jump in quickly, but I think 2020 definitely was a year where, like you said, it was, all right, what are you waiting for type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is your time to make whatever you want, whatever your passion is. This is the time to go after it. And I think as we talk about like the pod, we've done things on this pod that like, we didn't think we'd be able to do, you know what I mean?
In the time frame. Like I didn't think it would happen in 2020.
Exactly. So, and even things that we're working on, that's sort of been kickstarted during this whole time, because it's like, what are we waiting for? You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think for me, it's really been that push that I personally needed. And I think few other, like, I don't know how you guys feel about that though, Lorena.
Yeah. I was having this conversation, which is, I mean, probably hilarious the way that I said it to her, and she laughed. She was like, "Oh, you're too much." And I was like, "If this year didn't brought out the hustle in you, you don't have it, sister."
That is a fact. I saw that somewhere. I think Diddy posted that.
You don't have it.
I saw Diddy post that, and
it's a fact. If you didn't go create, and you know what? I'm telling you, I had my moments that I'm like, I'm sitting here squeezing my brain and be like, what am I gonna do now? There's I need to do something different to stand out.
Yeah,
like,
that's part of it.
You need to recreate and regroup and concept everything. It's like, what the fuck? But you do it, and then you make it happen, and then you see the reaction and the feedback of the people. You're like, oh my God, I made it. Oh my God, Jesus, thank you. Like,
yeah, facts.
It's so true, and I feel like some people that are getting entrepreneurial in the way that they're moving aren't really aware of the fact that like some of those emotions they're going to have to go through, or some people will get to that point and they'll be like, this is where I realize it's not for me. No, you got to actually just do that and go through that, like
go through
experience
that pain point.
Yeah.
That's very true. Because also another thing is that I've been, because with all these things happening out there, and if you add the regular anxiety, stress things, those things that are like constantly surround you, and then on top of that you add like COVID.
Yes.
That. And then it's like a recipe for you to sit back and be like, oh my God, what the fuck am I gonna do right now? It is what it is. But then you go into, I don't know, either whatever tools you use. Like myself, I like to learn. I believe it that I learn fast, so it's good. It's good for me. So be a fast learner. But I use a lot of social media. I get inspiration from other entrepreneurs, like from other people that have been actually successful for many, many years, even more than me. What do you do? Tell me your secret.
You follow them within your industry, and you're like, I'm inspired by what you do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
How did you do it?
You don't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Trust.
Exactly. So I had some, and maybe, I don't know. For example, not long ago, I took a class. I took a business class, like customer service, business class, administration, whatever. And in your mind, you're like shit, like, girl, you're a tattoo artist. Like, what the hell you can, taking all these classes or whatever.
It applies.
You know what? It applies.
Yeah.
It applies. It helped me to administrate like my time, what to do, and take advantage of this tool and this thing, and how to do things, how to present yourself, how to present your work, how to present, So at the same time, it's like, shit, like I'm doing my homework here, so it has to pay it off.
Exactly, right? You're putting in all this work. Yeah.
Exactly, and it does. Maybe for some other people, it's just silly. Oh, it's just a bunch of women sitting there talking about whatever. No, this is a business coach. This lady had a lot of experience dealing with it, and seeing and helping other entrepreneurs, like women, empowering other women to make their business grow. So. it is, it is valid. It is valid to do and to seek information and new tools to move on, like to continue, move forward, like in your step your foot up.
Big facts, though. Big facts.
So that's what it is. But disregard all this, I think I'm very, very blessed, because I know it's been very rough for a lot of people.
A lot of them, yeah.
And many of even friends. I don't know about you guys. I'm quite sure you also experience this. I have like friends that they have their own business that I know that they put their blood, sweat, and tears into these businesses. And every single dime, loans, and this and that into the business, and they have to close down. It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
That stuff is discouraging, but I think for the ones that have never started yet, and 2020 was their first year of thinking true. Maybe this is where I take the leap. It's very encouraging. Like I saw a stat where Spotify saw over 1 million new podcasts start last year. And that's just podcasting. So I can only imagine how many new small businesses, because I'm seeing people like Brandon Gonez, who was on CB24, now moving away from CB24, starting his own thing. There's a lot of people that are doing their own stuff because 2020 has given them, I don't know, the kick in their ass, like I said before, to make them be like, you know what, what am I waiting for? Like what Patrick said. Like, let's just get this started right now.
They needed the income. They got to find a way to make that money, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to put food on the table, right? So
I know. Yeah. Very important. Very important, because that's another thing too. Even like, for example, for actors, like friends in the arts that I know. Yeah. What are you going to do? Like, you can act, you can be in the theater, you can do a musical theater, you can do, what's happening? Yeah. There's still rent to pay, and there's still like bills to pay. Yeah, and
exactly.
They're not gonna be waiting for you and be like, okay, don't worry, like it's gonna be fine. Like no,
you gotta find you gotta find a way.
Exactly.
Or you can create OnlyFans. Please don't get me started with the OnlyFans.
We've had these conversations. Yeah, we've had these conversations before. Yeah.
Don't get me started with the OnlyFans. Like, you got a problem? Just do OnlyFans.
Fans and make a dance.
Fans and make a dance. So as we wrap up, Lorena, thank you so much for joining us with my applause. There we go.
Give me the applause.
Maybe I'll give you one of these. I'll give you one of these too.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us on the pod. Like, I think,
no problem.
You're definitely.
I think this is so much fun.
You're definitely
love it.
You're definitely in the group of guests that we've had where it's like, when we can get together in person, this is going to be so much fun. So we'll definitely have to figure out how to do this again.
Trust. We will do this. Yeah, definitely. Love your energy. I love like your passion behind what you do. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see more of your work and actually get you to do one of my tattoos. So
that too for both of us, actually. We might have to.
And by the way, if you're trying to contact me, for those listening, children, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow me on Instagram at Indigo Art Tattoos, Lorena Lorenzo, your favorite Cuban girl.
Hey.
I love the plug. I love it. We didn't even have to tell her. She just did it. I love it.
This is where I say, plug your stuff. What's going on? So right now, as far as tattooing goes, you're not able to do anything right now?
As right now, we're all stopping because obviously this crazy situation happening out there. Like currently, I am also like doing my bookings for like March and April. But who knows?
Who knows? You might have to move those.
Like, everyone's gonna be like, oh yes, it's another lockdown until June.
Well, I mean, it's good for people to know that if we're able to get tattoos in March and April, they can book in January right now. So I think this is perfect timing for people.
Usually, my bookings go like 3-4 months in advance. So I don't like to book myself over that because I like to be spontaneous. Like, let's say if I want to go whatever, like if I want to go have a mini vacation or just have it like it's station and and
there
take
you
my
go.
time for myself.
I
want to be I want to be free to feel that I don't have that pressure. Yeah. But usually my bookings go like 3-4 months like ahead. I know some people is like, I want it now, but
you gotta wait.
You gotta plan these things out.
Yes, you do. And if you want quality work, you more likely are gonna wait, my friend. Like if you want more quality work from any artist.
Yeah, I think that's what the pandemic did to a lot of tattoo artists. It's like just like they're busy. Yeah. They're really busy.
Yeah, if you are a good artist, if you're a good artist with experience and you have a career already, you have, the clients and whatever, expect to wait at least 1 or 2 months, because that's gonna be a waiting list. Like there's gonna be a whole waiting list. Like, but other than that,
No, they'll definitely follow you over there. Patrick, plug your stuff.
The world general speaking.
Yes. So you know where to find me, Patrick Dennis Jr. on Instagram, Twitter, and .com. Also check out an article I wrote for Urbanology magazine. Got to shout out the crew. Let them know. I wrote a great article on a Toronto-based entrepreneur who's doing some great stuff for the racialized community. So check that out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, shout out to Philly, man. He's doing his thing. I gotta connect with that guy.
Yeah.
And of course,
Shop like Shaq. You.
First part of the new year. Let's start it out. 2021 is gonna be different. I feel it.